Hey guys, Lizardly here for day 58 of Four Heavenly Beasts. So this is the progress from day 57. Sorry, I've been sick for the past week. I'm kind of feeling better, but I'm still very low energy. So if this is a really short video, because I only get like an hour or 2 hours of footage, it's not on purpose. I promise. Yeah, I felt like I only had a couple more days of progress, but I'm not feeling well. It's gonna be more than that. Maybe I should do the blacks and get them done and over with. I don't know. We'll see. I have to pull everything out. Gonna go do that now. Alright, so David won't be joining me. He doesn't feel well. So we're going to continue with the questions. 32. What invention do you think would make your job easier? Probably... Well, actually, I'm not really doing data entry anymore. So a program that just scans a receipt and fills in all of the necessary information, that would definitely make my old job easier. Current work, I guess just something that would look at our books, check the balance sheet, and automatically update my amortization schedules. I feel like that would kind of make me pointless at current, though, because that's what I spend a lot of my time doing. So it would definitely make my job easier, though. Okay, 33. What is the most unprofessional thing you once saw someone do? I mean, at Michaels and Ross, there were a lot of just not great people. Very unprofessional, you could say. Oh man, I don't even know where to begin. Like... There was the woman that claimed she was pregnant and had to non-receipt return all of these items that would have been like over $200, which is, you know, at our store was very frowned upon because we had the highest loss prevention. So, you know, we were the worst in the district with losing money and having things stolen and whatnot. And she was very polite to the part-time manager, but he told her, no, I can't do this non-receipted return for you unless you find the card you paid with or the rewards account that you paid for them with. So he called me over, and she did not like hearing the exact same answer that the part-time manager said from me, the full-time manager, and she started yelling at me and telling me that she was pregnant, but that she was gonna fight me, and I had already turned in my 2 weeks notice, so I dropped the F-bomb at her. It was great. It felt really, really good. So I guess that was me also being unprofessional, but I'm just saying, like, there needs to be a point where people in the service industry don't have to put up with being treated badly. Like... There are some people that are just so horrible, and I'm not okay with it. And like, maybe I'm crazy, but in my memory, I did not let people treat my employees like that. Like, I would get involved, and I would, you know, just shut the people down, because it's like, you don't get what you want, but especially not by treating my employees this way, who, you know, makes minimum wage or barely makes minimum wage. Like, I just... No. And I never faced any repercussions for anything I did or said to people like that. But I guarantee you, there are other people who have, you know, a very similar experience to me, but they were reprimanded or they were fired, and, oh, the customer's always right, when they are definitely not. So yeah, I will say generally the most unprofessional things I've seen, they're from customers towards service industry employees, because most of the people in that industry put up with a lot of crap. Like, it takes a lot to get one of them to crack and start reacting back the way that person is treating them, you know, like freaking Karens. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Anyways, moving on. 34. What is your worst work habit? I know one of my worst habits is just that I ramble a lot. Like, instead of just letting there be dead air, you know, like if I ask a question or I say something, I'm not good at just waiting for more than, you know, like 3 seconds to go by. Because after that, I'm always just like, oh, they didn't understand it. I need to rephrase. And, you know, so like I'll stumble over more. And usually it's just, you know, the other person's still processing and trying to get it rather than they didn't understand it. I feel like I just said the opposite thing, but whatever. I mean, I ramble all the time on this channel, so you know, this is just me. This is how I am in reality. But work habit, I don't know. I don't think I have any bad work habits. Like, I have a very strong work ethic. I do not do what I do what I say. I don't take my 15-minute breaks. I take my lunch and that's it. You are legally obligated, in the US at least, when you're working, is it specifically 4 hours and more? Whatever. You are guaranteed a break, whether it's your 15-minute break, your lunch break, and another 15-minute break. In whatever way, you are guaranteed a break, and you deserve to take it. You need to take it. No one should be working for 4 hours straight or for 8 hours straight without relaxing and sitting down and taking a break. I take my lunch. I take what is legally required and can be tracked. They can't track whether I'm taking my 15-minute break or not, so I don't tend to take them. So maybe that's my worst work habit. I need to work on that and start taking my breaks. 35. What is your best work hack? I think one, or at least the only one I can think of right now is one that David helped me with. In my amortization schedule, there are numerous vendors, or well, no, excuse me, there's one vendor utilizing multiple campaigns. So I don't even know a way to easily break it down. So, okay, so we'll say the vendor is Heaven and Earth Designs, and then the campaigns are Tiger, Turtle, Snake, Dragon, Phoenix. The original way I was tracking this was just Heaven and Earth Design. But it's important to track it by the campaign. So in this case, by the 5 different animals. And David helped me set up an Excel formula that would grab, if I just copy or, you know, download the balance sheet information that I need for this Heaven and Earth Design vendor and paste it, there's another tab in Excel that will read that and spit out the necessary information I need. So it makes going through that account infinitely easier, and honestly just cleaner, smoother. So definitely a very good work hack. I have not been able to show it to my boss to see if, like, oh yeah, no, this is great, we do want to track it by campaign, or no, let's keep doing it the old way. I really hope we don't have to keep doing it the old way though, because that was very tedious and it doesn't show the full breakdown, so I don't think it's very helpful. 36. What is the best work trip you have ever taken? I feel like the only work trips I've taken are the ones I've gone with my current work, where we went to Austin and California? I don't remember where we went in California. I feel like I need to pick Austin. Like, the team I was on, we won the Olympics that we were in, and I found the dress that I got engaged in. I've never spent that much money on any piece of clothing in my life, let alone a short dress, so it wasn't even a lot of material. But David thought I looked hot in it, and I got engaged in it, so, you know, definitely a big factor. But I did have fun. For the most part. There was a museum we all went to, and it was an art museum, and some of it was interactive. Okay, some of the people there hated it, and they thought it was really dumb. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. And we finished, and they said that, you know, oh, go ahead and walk around. We still have a ton of time before we need to head back. So I went back to one of the projects that was there. It was 3 robots. And you could see on the wall that they had tried to draw people. And so I was like, I want to do this. And they're like, yeah, it's 30 minutes. And I was like, yep, we don't have to leave for like another hour. So that's perfect. I can do it, and then someone else can do it, and it'll be great. So I sit down, and they tell me one of the robots is broken right now, but 2 of them are still working. So they set those 2 up. And I just sit there for the next 30 minutes, and I get drawn by robots. And one of the pictures looks spectacular, and one of them looks terrifying, like The Grudge. And a ton of my coworkers walked by and spoke to me. So a bunch of people knew that I was doing this. Well, somebody posted in the Slack group, which I would not have checked personally, because we were on a work retreat at a fun little side thing. We all met up in the hotel. We all should have met up at the front of this museum, but that's just me. And they left. So I finished after my 30 minutes, and I walked around the entire building trying to find any of my coworkers. And I eventually got to the front, and I was just like, they left me. Like, not a single person that walked by and talked to me and knew I was doing this thought to say, oh, hey, Liz isn't ready to go, you guys. Liz isn't with us. And I will say, one of those people that left without me was my boss. She didn't see that I was with the robots, but she left without me. And our HR person also left without me. And I had spoken to both of them throughout the museum, so they knew I was there. So I walk out, and there are 2 people waiting for me. You guys, when I say I about started to cry, because one, I was just freaking out because I was like, I don't have access to the Uber account. Like, I have my own Uber account. Is it gonna work here? Like, I don't know how this is set up. Like, I'm used to only doing this in Vegas, but no, at that point I'd never used an Uber. There had always been someone else paying for it at a work retreat. Or David. Like, the 2 times we've taken an Uber, I think. And then I walked out and I saw them, and I about cried because I was like, oh my God, there was someone who didn't forget me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you do. I was freaking out thinking I was left, and they were like, oh yeah, no. You know, everybody else was ordering an Uber, and we were just like, well, we're gonna sit here and wait for Liz because she's not done yet. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I genuinely really appreciate it that, you know, not everyone forgot I exist. And then we ended up, the 3 of us got lunch, and that was really nice. But, you know, that put a little bit of a sour note to it, because forgotten by a lot of people. But oh, I thought I would be able to take the drawings for free, but no, they were $75 each. So I was like, yeah, no. Like, the good one is good, but I'm not paying $75 for it. So I took pictures of them, but I did not keep them. Okay. Final thoughts. Blah, 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 blah. Frequently asked questions, random questions. Here are answers to common inquiries about asking random questions. What the heck? What are some good random questions to ask someone? Oh, okay. Okay. Here we go. I see a question mark. What is the strangest coincidence that ever happened to you? You know, I know I've had crazy coincidences happen to me before, but I literally can't think of anything. I can't think of a single one. My mind has just blanked. Sorry. Maybe someone could comment down below what their strangest coincidence was. That'll be better. If you were to write a book, what would it be about? I feel like cross-stitching would be very likely. And or anything to do with some kind of dragon. Or dragons. Including D&D. But I don't think I'm good enough to write a book about D&D. I don't think I'm good enough to write a book. I'll stick with that. I would probably have like a ghostwriter or something. Not gonna lie. What is one item on your bucket list? To get married. That is one on there. Which will happen. What else is on my bucket list? To finish this. The Four Heavenly Beasts, Heaven and Earth design cross-stitch. The Pokemon Gen 1 was on there, but I've finished it, so woohoo! Yeah. It says one item and I gave you two. I'm sorry, I can't follow directions. What song would make the best theme music for you? Okay, so I have a follow-up question to that. If it's the one that, like, if I had a TV show, people would say, you know, like, embodies me the best, maybe, like, Walking on Sunshine? I feel like I'm generally really smiley. I try to be a happy person. I like to think I have a good outlook on my health and my life. But if it's just like my theme music for me, like the song that I would want to hear the most, Beside You by Marianas Trench is still one of my absolute favorite songs of all time. And I like to think I'm loyal. I think I am. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with that. What is the weirdest food combination you enjoy? Food combination. I don't know if it's considered weird or not, but like, everybody in my family, when we have a tuna fish sandwich, we have tuna mixed with Miracle Whip. And not mayonnaise, specifically Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip. So, if that's weird, I definitely enjoy that one a lot. Do I mix a lot of other foods? Like, I'm a really picky eater. I generally, like, don't want my food to touch. So, like, if I have, you know, turkey and stuffing and peas and carrots, I don't want those items touching. They need to be sectioned off on my plate. They are allowed to touch in my mouth or in my stomach, and that's it. I don't want them to touch on the plate. So I generally just, I often don't experiment with making food combinations like that. What is your favorite cheesy pickup line? I lost my number. Can I have yours? I've never had it used on me, but it is still my favorite. I read it off for one of my previous narrations like years ago, and I still love that one. Still love it.
And that is the end of Four Heavenly Beasts, day 58. I got 2 hours and 33 minutes of footage. I'm just too tired. I'm exhausted. I got a lot of the dark colors done, though. I think there's only one more very dark color. So, we'll see how that goes another day. Yeah, that's all I have. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys in the next video. My voice just went out. Video. So this is going to get tacked on to my next cross-stitching video. I was going to cross-stitch today. It is 5:04 in the morning. Okay, we went to bed really early, so naturally, morning person woke up early. I haven't even brushed my hair. This is what I woke up with my hair looking like this morning. But then I realized we're getting the place recarpeted soon. I feel like a little trapped. This is my office setup because my office has carpeting, so I won't be able to work in there. And that's our TV from the bedroom. And this glass table is from my office because it's too cramped. It's too cramped. Did I turn that too far? Nope. My glasses are messing this up. I haven't even brushed my hair. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Okay, it's just this one little. I'd feel comfortable walking outside right now. There. I'd be okay with it. I mean, I do look a little less than normal, but I could accept it. I'm very low maintenance, you guys. I think everyone already knows this. I'm still in my pajamas. I've got the crazy eyes going on this morning, don't I? I hope you enjoyed whatever cross stitch I worked on. I'm assuming it was Four Heavenly Beasts. Just so you know, I'm not lying. This was the end of day 57? Is that what I did last? Oh, I actually have to look now. Yep. I don't think I woke David up. I think we're good. Day 57. Okay, what are they? These hairs are literally going over my glasses, and they feel really weird. Okay, I look a little better. I've got this hair. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed this interlude of the week when I didn't cross stitch. Or the weekend, whatever. It's because the house is a mess. Oh, my hair's doing the weird thing again. Oh, and in case I forget to talk about it, I finished Codex Solera last week. It was after I finished cross-stitching. I had like an hour and a half left, so I was like, no, I'm gonna do this! And I did. And I actually remember it, and I understood it. That's how much I love Jim Butcher. You know, I'm gonna end it there. That's where I'm gonna end it. Bye.